In the midst of the frenzy of modern life, where social comparisons constantly bombard us and the search for external approval seems endless, Stoic wisdom offers us a simple but powerful message. Focus on yourself. It is a resounding call to return to our own shores, to the inner sanctuary where our true power lies. Have you ever felt lost or overwhelmed? Have you ever wondered where true happiness and satisfaction is? Life is full of demands and expectations. We are constantly bombarded with messages about how we should be, what we should have, and how we should behave. It's easy to get lost in this whirlwind and forget what really matters. In this video, we will explore the importance of focusing on ourselves according to Stoic philosophy, an ancient school of thought that invites us to cultivate self-awareness, self-discipline, and personal growth. Today, we will embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation that will lead you to understand that no one is more important than you. Are you ready to embark on this journey? Join me until the end. You will discover how important you are and why you should always be your priority. Amid the churning waves of social expectations and fads, deep-rooted Stoic wisdom guides us towards safe harbor, toward the art of anchoring ourselves in the virtues of self-awareness, self-discipline, and personal growth. It reminds us and emphasizes that the only territory that truly belongs to us and we can govern is that of our own thoughts and actions. Imagine sailing the vast sea of existence with the unwavering determination and steadfastness of a Stoic. It is not about adopting an indifferent attitude or isolating ourselves from the world, but about discerning where our true power of action lies. The Stoics believed that true freedom lies in control over our own actions and thoughts. Focusing on ourselves is essential to achieve our goals and objectives. With their deep understanding of human nature and the workings of the universe, the Stoic sages knew that true satisfaction and success were not found in external noise, but in internal silence. They believed in focusing on oneself, not as a means of self-absorption, but as the path to achieving a good and meaningful life, regardless of external circumstances. This Stoic anchoring, when applied to the context of our studies and personal endeavors, becomes a powerful tool that encourages us to look inward, examine our motives, desires, and actions. Are we chasing grades, praise, and recognition for their own sake, or are we truly engaged in the process of learning, growing, and becoming better versions of ourselves? Stoicism teaches us to appreciate the journey itself, to find joy in the act of learning, and accept challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with images of perfection and success, where every achievement seems to be measured against the criteria of social media likes and followers, the Stoic practice of focusing on oneself becomes an act of rebellion. It is a declaration that we are not carried away by the ephemeral tides of popularity or social approval, but are grounded in our own values, goals, and pursuit of wisdom. So as we embark on this journey of self-focus, let's channel the Stoic mindset. Remember that while we may not have control over the events unfolding around us, we do have the power of how we perceive them. Within the inner strength built by self-awareness and self-discipline lies our true potential and the path to authentic success and happiness. It is here in this impregnable refuge where we find the freedom to be the best version of ourselves. Let's continue our exploration of Stoicism together, understanding the importance of focusing on yourself. Stoicism, an ancient school of thought, posits a profound but simple premise. Our power lies in our ability to govern our internal states rather than being influenced by external circumstances. In the whirlwind of life, particularly in the realm of academics and personal growth, Stoic philosophy offers us a firm anchor that allows us to navigate with serenity and determination. Let's explore this idea in the depth of the garden of your life, where you are the gardener who sows and reaps. Stoic wisdom invites us to focus on cultivating our own garden. Each of us receives a unique parcel, our mind, our abilities, and our potential. The responsibility of caring for it and making it flourish falls solely in our hands. The outside world, with its whirlwind of distractions, opinions, and noise, constantly distances us from the fundamental task of focusing on ourselves. As gardeners, We overwater sunflowers while neglecting other flowers, or we focus too much on weeds, forgetting the valuable plants that need our attention. Stoicism reminds us that the health of our garden, our well-being, depends on how we distribute our resources, our time, attention, and energy. Understanding the importance of focusing on yourself goes beyond mere self-care. It is about recognizing the integral role of self-awareness and self-discipline in achieving a full and balanced life. When we pour our energy into what truly matters, nurturing the aspects of our lives that align with our deepest values and aspirations, we grow a garden that thrives in all seasons. This does not mean excluding the world, but making decisions with discernment. It means recognizing where not to exhaust our resources in efforts that do not serve our growth or happiness. In the context of study and personal success, applying Stoic principles means prioritizing our intellectual and emotional growth over external praise. It's about embracing the process of learning with curiosity and vigor, facing challenges with resilience, and seeing setbacks not as failures, but as stepping stones toward greater understanding and strength. This mindset transforms the way we approach our life, studies, and goals. Shift the focus from achieving for the sake of external validation to learning and growing for our own sake. The Stoic practice of focusing on oneself is also a practice of freedom. It frees us from the tyranny of external expectations and fear of judgment. It allows us to follow our authentic paths with courage and integrity. By cultivating an inner citadel of calm, reason, thought, and purposeful action, we not only improve our own lives, but also become beacons of stability and wisdom in a volatile environment. Practical strategies to focus on yourself. The Stoic principles of understanding what is within our control and letting go of what is not form the basis of practical strategies for cultivating a life of purpose, clarity, and fulfillment. These strategies are not simply theoretical, they are viable paths that lead us to harness our inner strength and navigate the world with equity and focus. Above all, the Stoics teach us the virtue of self-awareness, the keen insight into our thoughts, emotions, and actions, taking a moment to pause and reflect, to look inward and ask ourselves what really matters to us, what our values are, and how our actions align with them. This introspective practice is not a one-time task, but rather an ongoing process of recalibration to ensure that we are not drifting aimlessly, but rather steering our ship with intention and purpose in the realm of study and personal development. This means setting goals that resonate with our deepest aspirations and pursuing them with diligence and perseverance, while remaining adaptable to the tides of change. Building a strong relationship with oneself is similar to strengthening our inner selves, where our sense of identity and values are safeguarded against the attack of external pressures and expectations. It involves cultivating habits and routines that nourish our physical and emotional well-being, whether reserving time for meditation, doing physical exercise, or dedicating time to hobbies and passions that illuminate our spirit. These practices are the cornerstones that build the foundation of our inner citadel. The Stoic practice of journaling is another powerful tool in our arsenal. By putting our ideas and reflections on paper, we externalize our inner world, creating a mirror that clearly reflects our soul. This exercise not only clarifies our thoughts, but also helps unload the mind by allowing us to face our fears, celebrate our victories, and articulate our aspirations. It is a dialogue with oneself where the noise of the world fades into the background, leaving us with the clarity and tranquility of our own voice. In this quest, as we focus on ourselves, we are also reminded to practice self-compassion. The path to personal growth is riddled with challenges and established facts, and this is where the Stoic advice of self-kindness becomes indispensable, and we are encouraged to follow. Treat ourselves with the same understanding and forgiveness that we would offer a friend, recognizing that perfection is an illusion and that each step, no matter how faltering, is a step forward. Dedicating time to the activities we love, far from being a simple hobby, is, according to Stoic philosophy, a crucial element in cultivating a balanced and fulfilling life. Whether it's immersing yourself in art, literature, music, or the majesty of nature, these experiences nourish our spirit and allow us to connect with the essence of our being. These activities replenish our soul, ignite our creativity, and remind us of the beauty and richness of life beyond the limits of our obligations and duties. Stoicism calls us to overcome the comparisons and external distractions that modern life presents us in a constant avalanche of stimuli that requires us to live up to the expectations of others. We compare ourselves to others on social media, strive for professional success, and seek approval from our friends and family. The media bombards us with images of perfect lives, the news fills us with negative information, and other people's opinions resonate in our minds. In this context, it is easy to fall into the trap of social comparison, seeking external approval and measuring our value based on what others think of us. Focusing on oneself is one of the most formidable challenges we face, but Stoic philosophy, with its deep roots in self-awareness and control over one's perceptions, offers a solid framework for navigating these turbulent waters. The Stoics remind us that the only domain we can truly control is our own mind and actions. Focusing on what we can change within ourselves, rather than obsessing about what we can't control in the outside world, is the key to achieving inner peace and true happiness. This understanding is a beacon that guides us through the fog of social pressures and comparisons. The trap of comparison, as old as humanity itself, is intensified in the modern era by the omnipresence of social networks, the media, and the constant display of achievements and apparent perfections. This obsession with comparison keeps us from our own path and prevents us from achieving our true greatness. Stoicism teaches us to withdraw our attention from the external, the success of others, the praise they receive, the material possessions they flaunt, and redirect it inward. It encourages us to ask what is in my power and how I can cultivate contentment and virtue from within. This does not mean that we should live in isolation or be dismissive of the success of others, but rather that we should recognize the futility of measuring our success. The antidote to the comparison trap lies in cultivating gratitude for our possessions and our essence, focusing on our own journey, recognizing and valuing our achievements no matter how small they seem, in order to flourish as unique and authentic individuals. On the path of our individuality, we free ourselves from the chains of comparison. Stoic philosophy not only invites us to let go of external values, but encourages us to refocus our attention on what truly nourishes our spirit and defines our essence. Stoicism also proposes personal growth as an antidote to comparison. Through the practice of constant reflection, we must examine our lives, decisions, and motivations, always seeking individual improvement. You must ask yourself, why do I pursue certain goals? Is it for the joy of the very search for growth? Am I chasing shadows, external validations that flicker and fade? This reflection helps us realign our actions with our internal values by fostering a sense of authenticity and purpose in our efforts. Additionally, Stoicism teaches us the value of focusing on the present. In a world full of distractions, in the midst of the whirlwind of stimuli that surrounds us, the ability to focus on the present becomes an invaluable treasure. It is in the here and now where the power resides to act, make decisions, and live in line with our values. The past is distant territory, the future a blank canvas yet to be painted, but the present is our current canvas, where we can express our will, carve out significant advances, and find joy along the way, both academically and personally. Stoic wisdom invites us to embark on a tireless pursuit of knowledge and self-improvement, not as a race to outdo others, but as a journey of self-enrichment that brings inestimable value to our lives. It's about studying to enrich our minds, striving to achieve goals that resonate with our deepest selves, finding satisfaction in our own progress, regardless of how it compares to that of others, and building a stronger relationship with ourselves. The Stoics believed that to live a fulfilling life, one must turn inward, cultivating an understanding and acceptance of self that transcends the fleeting opinions and circumstances of the external world. This process is not about withdrawing from life, but rather engaging more fully with it, with a sense of purpose and inner peace that comes from deep self-knowledge. The first step to building a stronger relationship with ourselves, according to Stoic principles, is to commit. It involves questioning our own beliefs, motivations, and actions to ensure they are aligned with our values, and it's about asking ourselves why we do what really matters to us and how we can live this type of introspection more authentically. The path of self-knowledge, while challenging, pushes us to confront facets of our being that we might prefer to hide. Only by facing these truths can we begin our growth and cultivate genuine self-respect and self-compassion. Stoicism also teaches the importance of self-acceptance. This does not mean designing ourselves according to our flaws, but rather recognizing that perfection is an unattainable and ultimately meaningless goal. Instead, we should focus on progress to be better today than we were yesterday. This perspective encourages a kinder, more forgiving relationship with oneself, where mistakes are seen as opportunities to learn and grow rather than reasons for self-criticism and shame. Another key aspect to building a stronger relationship with oneself is the cultivation of the internal dialogue that the Stoics advocated, a continuous internal conversation, a kind of self-tutoring that guides us through life's challenges and decisions. This dialogue is rooted in honesty, wisdom, and compassion, encourages us to live according to our principles, to face our fears and doubts with courage, and to find satisfaction in our own company. Practicing gratitude is another Stoic skill that enriches our relationship with ourselves. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we shift our perspective from one of scarcity and desire to one of abundance and appreciation. This does not mean ignoring the areas of our lives that we want to improve, but rather recognizing the value of what is already present. This attitude deepens our understanding of ourselves and our place in the world, fostering a sense of satisfaction and well-being. Lastly, the Stoic commitment to live in accordance with nature, to embrace our true selves and the natural flow of life, encourages us to let go of the masks we wear and the roles we play. It invites us to be genuine, to live with integrity, and honor our unique part. By doing so, we not only develop a stronger relationship with ourselves, but also with the world around us. Remember that focusing on yourself is not a journey you undertake alone. The Stoics, with their ancient wisdom, walk alongside you. Stoic wisdom, current both today and in its origins, invites us to embark on a journey of constant learning. Each day is presented as a new opportunity to put his teachings into practice, allowing us to grow personally and internally, forging a deeper connection with ourselves. In quiet moments of reflection, remember that the journey inward is the bravest journey of all. It is here, in the depths of our own essence, guided by the constant light of Stoicism, that we discover the limitless strength and serenity that has always resided within us. This path we travel is not just about self-discovery, it is about returning to ourselves, to a life not influenced by the storms of external desires, but anchored in the calm harbors of wisdom and virtue. Focusing on yourself is not selfishness. It is an act of self-love that allows us to live a fuller and more meaningful life. Thank you for joining me on this leg of our Stoic path. I hope our conversation today brings light to your life. If you liked it, give us a like and leave us your experiences in the comments. Your opinion will be a great contribution to our community. Would you like to learn more about Stoicism? I invite you to subscribe to the channel and continue with us on this journey, guided by this timeless wisdom towards a fuller and more meaningful life.